and welcome, dear students. This class will be for the 11th class students, and I have chosen a poem for them, The Laburnum Top by Ted Hughes. Before we understand the poem in detail, let me talk about the poet in brief. Ted Hughes was one of the greatest poets of the 20th century. He was an English poet. I mean by English that he was from England. You have poets from different countries who write in English. And here is a poet who is from England only. He was once poet laureate also. When a poet is appointed to be the poet in the court of the king or the queen, we call him or her the poet laureate. Ted Hughes was married to an American poetess, Sylvia Plath. And one interesting thing about Sylvia Plath was that she committed suicide, and it was I think, in 1963. And this had a terrible effect on the psychology of Ted Hughes. You see, Ted Hughes often writes about nature, and in his poetry you will come across the mention of animals, animal imagery. It is said that his mind is preoccupied or obsessed with animal imagery. उसका दिमाग भरा रहता है. उसकी writing में बहुत सी जगह आप देखेंगे that there is animal imagery there. Suppose there is a poem like Jaguar. There is a poem like you might have hawk roosting. There is a poem. And then in your 10th class there was a poem that is Snowdrop. Snowdrop, again, it is a plant. But then you see that in that Snowdrop he talks about weasel and crow and that mouse. So this animal imagery is always there. Here in the poem, you have a poem in your syllabus that is the laburnum top. Laburnum top, laburnum again is a plant. It's not a big plant, it's not a tall plant, it's a short plant. And then actually this is not about only laburnum, this is about a bird, goldfinch. And before we analyze the poem, let me read the poem for you, so that after that, when you listen to it, you please go through it once again, so that you may come across certain things that you may understand. Okay. The laburnum top is silent, quite still, in the afternoon yellow September sunlight. A few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen, till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end. Then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt, she enters the thickness, and a machine starts up of chittering, and a tremor of wings and trillings. The whole tree trembles and thrills. It is the engine of her family. She stokes it full, then flirts out a branch end, showing her barred face identity mask. Then with eerie delicate whistle chirrup whispering, she launches away towards the infinite, and the laburnum subsides to empty. Now see, you have a laburnum tree. The laburnum tree has yellow flowers. This is already the time is of beginning of autumn. Some of the leaves have turned yellow. Not all of the leaves have turned yellow. Some of the leaves have turned yellow. The goldfinch takes shelter in that laburnum tree. What is the reason? When you see that goldfinch, it has yellow feathers. There is yellow color on its feathers and on its wings. And here and there you will find some spots of black color. On the head, there are some black spots, black bars. That's why there is one thing, barred face. He talks about her barred face. Barred face means that there are some bars of those red on that yellow. Okay, this yellow color of that bird matches with the yellow color of the flowers. And you'll see that in animal kingdom what happens, जंगल में क्या होता है, या एक्चुअली एनिमल किंगडम में क्या होता है, that one animal kills the other animal, one becomes predator and another becomes prey. So there is always that food chain is always active. One animal kills the other. The animals who feel that they might be under surveillance, they might be, predators might be noticing their movements, they try to hide themselves at a place where they will not be noticed easily by the predators. ये क्या करते हैं, उस जगह पर बैठते हैं जहाँ पर इनकी स्किन मैच हो जाती है सराउंडिंग से. इनकी स्किन जो होती है, इनकी जो हाइड होती है, इनका जो कलर होता है स्किन का, मैच करेंगे ये उस जगह से उस जगह बैठेंगे जहाँ पर इनकी स्किन मैच हो जाए. सपोज इफ देयर इज एन इंसेक्ट whose color is green, it will try to hide itself in the leaves, among the leaves, so that it's easily accommodated there. It's easily, can say that it's not easily noticed there. This is known as camouflage. We call it camouflage. Camouflage means that when you, try to take shelter at a point where the surroundings match the color of your skin. Similarly, this goldfinch, it takes shelter in that laburnum only, because it will not be easily differentiated from that tree. It becomes one with that tree. ये उस ट्री के साथ, laburnum plant के साथ एक जैसा बन जाता है. This is why it takes shelter there. The situation is this. As I told you, the time of the year it is autumn. It is onset of autumn, about to start, almost started. The autumn has almost started. Some of the leaves have already turned yellow. I tell you that not all the leaves, some of the leaves have turned yellow. Okay. Then he says that the laburnum top is silent. Situation. The laburnum top is silent. There is no movement. There is no noise. There is no sound. The laburnum top is silent. Quite still. No movement at all. In the afternoon, yellow September sunlight. You see the time. September sunlight. Time is September and it is afternoon. A few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen. Its seeds are, you can say that, poisonous. Its seeds are poisonous and they have, almost all of them have fallen. Remember the time and see how he describes that yellow September sunlight. Actually, September is never yellow. Sunlight too is not yellow. Yellow grass can be yellow. See how he describes September sunlight as yellow. Let's talk about it later on. मैं इस पे बाद में बात करता हूँ कि यहाँ पे कौन सा इसने poetic device use किया, इस चीज़ को हम क्या बोलते हैं. Now silence is there, total no movement is there, as if it is a portrait. बिल्कुल portrait जैसा है, कोई movement वहाँ पे नहीं है. Till the goldfinch comes. When the goldfinch arrives the scene, when the goldfinch comes, now starts the movement. यहाँ से मूवमेंट स्टार्ट हो जाती है, यहाँ से हसल बसल स्टार्ट हो जाती है, यहाँ से वो शोरगुल स्टार्ट हो जाता है. With a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end. It perches one of the branch ends. एक branch end पे ये perch करती है, बैठ जाती है, takes control with a sudden chirrup, twitching chirrup. It chirrups, it produces sound, it has some, the song it sings or the sound it makes, that would be that chirrup. With a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, startlement. Startlement is that surprise. Suddenness, suddenly there is some sound, there is some, you can say that no scene was, no movement was there, no sound was there. Suddenly there is movement and there is sound. Okay, suddenness, startlement at a branch end. Then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt, she enters the thickness. Now she will have to go inside the, she was at the end of the plant. Now she will have to go into the thickness of the plant, inside the plant. What is inside the plant? There are her baby birds. There are her fledglings. वहाँ पे छोटे छोटे बच्चे हैं जिनकी तरफ इनको जाना है. And she will be very much careful. She will be very much alert. She will look here there in order to see whether she is not noticed by some predator. कोई predator तो इसको notice नहीं कर रहा है. If she is noticed by any predator, she will not enter the thickness. She will have to be very much alert. Sleek as a lizard. She is compared with a lizard. Lizard is very much alert and lizard moves. When lizard moves, that it is very much, you can say that it moves taking care of each and every step. बिल्कुल ख्याल रखती है, alert होती है, in order to see that she is moving in the right direction and she is not easily seen by others. Sleek movements are there. Smooth movements are there. बिल्कुल आराम से चलेगी. in order to make sure, in order to ensure that nobody is watching her movements. If anybody is around watching the movements, this will bring, or rather danger, this will endanger her fledglings. उसके बच्चों को ये खतरे में डाल सकती है. Their life could be at risk. Okay. Then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt, she enters the thickness, and a machine starts off of chittering and a tremor of wings and trillings. So when this bird is seen, when the glimpse of this bird is seen by its fledglings, now they start making merry. They are welcoming their mother. Their joy knows no bounds. And they go on making merry, they go on welcoming, they go on singing song, because they are seeing their mother. Their mother might have brought some food for them, and the company of the mother is welcome for them. Okay? She enters the thickness and a machine starts up. Machine starts up. इतनी chittering होती है, इतनी twittering होती है, इतनी शोरगुल वहाँ पे होता है. It's like a machine. There is, you can say that there is machine, as if a machine has started up. Machine starts up of chittering and a tremor of wings and trillings. They go on making that sound, and flapping of those wings is there. Flapping of wings, it produces sound. When it produces some sound, and they are trilling, they are twittering, they are twitch, everything is going on. When this collective activity goes on inside the tree, the whole tree starts moving, as if the whole tree is tremoring. The whole tree trembles and thrills. It gives life to the whole tree. Remember, when we started the poem, there was no movement, there was no life. There was no movement, means there is action, there is activity. When there was no activity, there was no life. Now, when goldfinch came and the machine started, as a result of that, there was movement in that tree. That means that the tree is active, the tree has come to its life. Earlier on, there was no life. The tree has come to life because of the goldfinch. The tree has come to life because of the activity of those young ones, of those fledglings. Okay. The whole tree trembles and thrills. The whole tree is making merry. The whole tree is alive now. It is the engine of our family. This tree, inside the tree, that nest in which those fledglings are there, it is the engine of the family. It is the engine. She is alive. She lives her life because there are fledglings. She is happy because she has her fledglings there, and she does everything for that fledglings, for her young ones. It is the engine of her family. If she has a family, these young ones are its engine. If there is activity, it is because of the engine. So she comes there, she lives, and she makes merry. She goes on, she feels that she is alive because of the engine of her family. It is the engine of her family. This nest that is there, this is the engine of the family. And she stokes it full. She stokes full, that means she adds more fuel to it. इंजन को ये बराबर गर्मा इग्नाइट कर रही है, पूरा फ्यूल डाल रही है. जितना आप इंजन में फ्यूल डालेंगे उतना इंजन चलता रहेगा. She has the capacity, she has the ability to stoke this engine, to make it, she makes her children live life to the fullest. अपने बच्चों को उसकी कंपनी में वो बहुत ही खुश हो जाते हैं उसकी कंपनी में, और उसे लगता है दैट उसकी वजह से ये इंजन और ज़्यादा भड़क गया है, और ज़्यादा चालू हुआ है, और ज़्यादा काम कर रहा है. She stokes it full. The goldfinch came, remained in the company of she gave the company to her children, and the children made merry. She might have brought some food for her children to eat. They ate it, and they were quite excited, and she feels that she had played her part, she had played her role. उसने अपना रोल किया, उनको खुश किया, उनके इंजन को उसने मतलब उनकी लाइफ को फिर से ज़िंदा कर दिया, उनकी लाइफ को फिर से एक्टिवेट कर दिया, उनकी एक्टिविटीज़ को फिर से ऑन कर दिया. जो ही उसने ये काम किया, शी मूव्स टू वन ऑफ द साइड्स ऑफ द ट्री. एक बार से फिर वापस बाहर चली जाती है, उस थिकनेस से बाहर. जब वो थिकनेस से बाहर चली गई, इसका मतलब है उसका रोल ख़त्म हो गया, अब वो बाहर की तरफ चली जा रही है. ओके, देन शी stokes it full, then flirts out to branch end, showing her barred face identity mask. One could see that the face of the goldfinch was seen, it was visible. मैंने पहले बोला that there are some those black marks on her body, and there are some black bars on her face, and that's why we call that, he calls that barred face identity mask. Then with an eerie delicate white whistle chirp, then with an eerie delicate whistle chirp, when she was outside and she did not notice what is going on inside the this nest, inside the nest. They were making merry, those young children. They were making twittering, they were doing twittering, they were, I mean, twitching, they were chirruping, and they were flapping their wings. Still they were in that excited state, वो उस excited state में ही थे. लेकिन जब वो बाहर निकली, she gave a whispering chirrup. अब ये कर रही है, ऐसा कुछ बोल रही है. Perhaps this is something eerie. Eerie means that it is mysterious and it was frightening. Perhaps she was passing some message to those young ones. शायद उनको कुछ मैसेज दे रही है. क्या मैसेज दे रही है? शायद उनको बोल रही है दैट जब मैं आपके साथ थी, you had all activities, but this world is full of dangers. This world is infested with dangers. There are dangers on every side for you. You are young, you are inexperienced, your wings are not so strong that you can take a flight. Before you are eligible for any flight, you please take care of your life and try to be as secure as possible. Don't tweet, don't twitter, don't, I mean, chirrup in my absence, because in my absence, if you go on doing like that, some enemy, some predator might pass by and he may attack you and you all may get killed. So be careful while you are strong enough to be on your own legs, while you are strong enough to have a flight in the ethereal blues in the sky. Then with eerie delicate whistle chirrup, whispering, she launches away. When she said these things, she launched away towards the infinite, towards the sky. Infinite. यहाँ पे word infinite नहीं है. Most of the people pronounce the word as infinite. Finite तो है, F-I-N-I-T-E, that is finite. But when you say I-N-F-I-N-I-T-E, that is infinite. She took a flight towards infinite, that is the sky, and the laburnum subsides to empty. Again, as if there is no one in the laburnum, as if it is again that empty. There is no one. वहाँ पर तो हैं, बच्चे तो वहाँ पर हैं, but it looks like that there is no activity going on. Again, the same situation is there as if it was already there. If you look at the deeper level of this, if you go into the deeper sense of this very poem, you can compare that laburnum plant to the world. And this fledgling can be compared to any human being who comes in this world and lives for some time, lives with the family, helps the family to live a good life, then he leaves. Simple si baat hai. Again, from another point of view, this laburnum plant can be treated as a human being, a human body, physical frame. And this fledgling can be treated as the soul. This soul comes and inhabits the body, and the body is full of activity. You do so much of things. You talk a lot. You discuss things. You move. You make merry. And a time comes when the same fledgling, when the same goldfinch, when the same soul, it has time to leave for the infinite, leave for the skies, and there is again, this body is empty, this world is empty. You can understand this also. This is one of the interpretations. So far as the poetic devices are concerned, we can see that there are some poetic devices. In the very second line, if you see, the laburnum top is silent, quite still, in the afternoon yellow September sunlight. In the afternoon yellow September sunlight. As I told you that yellow September sunlight, you don't have sunlight that is yellow, or you don't have September that is yellow. Adjective yellow has been related or used with September, and it has been used with sunlight also. See, this is not something that is done usually. ऐसा नहीं होता. ऐसे तो हम कलर सनलाइट के साथ यूज़ नहीं करते, और किसी महीने के साथ भी कलर को हम यूज़ नहीं करते. You can say yellow grass. When you use an adjective with something that we don't use it with that. Suppose I say that there is a phrase, ice block cold ice. Ice block cold ice. Eyes are never cold. Here this phrase means that the eyes are without emotions. There is no warmth in eyes. There is no, you can say that, warmth in the heart of the person. जिसकी आँखें आइस ब्लॉक्स की तरह हैं, ब्लॉक्स ऑफ आइस की तरह हैं, बिल्कुल ठंडी, यानी जिनमें कोई लव नहीं है, जिनमें कोई केयर नहीं, जिनमें कोई सिंपैथी नहीं है, जिनमें कोई मान लीजिए कोई इमोशन नहीं है, उस इंसान को, उन आंखों को बोला जाता है कोल्ड आइज। बट आइज आर नेवर कोल्ड। यहाँ पे जब आप इस तरह से एडजेक्टिव यूज करते हैं, यू यूज एन एडजेक्टिव विद अ थिंग दैट वी डोंट यूज इट विद, जिसके साथ हम कभी ऐसे यूज नहीं करते हैं, इस चीज को बोला जाता है, इन पोएटिक डिवाइसेस में बोला जाता है दैट इट इज ट्रांसफर्ड एपिथेट। ट्रांसफर्ड एपिथेट नहीं, ऐसे किसी चीज को उस किसी और चीज का सिफत देना। जैसे येलो ग्रास इसको बोलना था, लेकिन उसने ग्रास नहीं बोला, उसने बोला येलो सेप्टेम्बर, बिकॉज इन सेप्टेम्बर द ग्रास इज येलो, दैट्स व्हाई ही हैज यूज्ड दैट yellow September sunlight, and this is what I call that, this is transferred epithet. A few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen, till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end, then sleek as a lizard. Then he compares that goldfinch to this lizard. This is a simile here. The whole tree trembles and thrills. The whole tree trembles and thrills. The whole tree is thrilled. Usually हम ये करते हैं किसके साथ यूज, thrill. A person is thrilled. This is a human experience. You feel thrilled. You feel that emotionally charged. आप इमोशनली चार्ज हो जाते हैं, खुश हो जाते हैं। ये यहाँ पे ये इंसान का, ये एक ह्यूमन बीइंग का कैरेक्टर दिया गया है ट्री को। यू नो दैट दिस इज पर्सोनिफिकेशन. व्हेन यू गिव human qualities to any other thing that is animate or inanimate, that's known as what? Personification. There are some words, कुछ words ऐसे होते हैं कि जो अपना साउंड खुद प्रपोज करते हैं, जो अपना साउंड खुद बताते हैं कि इसमें क्या साउंड हो, ये वर्ड क्या साउंड प्रोड्यूस करता है। जैसे यू हैव अ वर्ड लाइक बज, BUZZ बोलिए या BUZZ बोलिए, बज। सपोज when the bees produce sound, they buzz, buzz. This is the sound. The word itself refers to the sound. Similarly, you have a word like hiss. This hiss is related to the word. This hiss is when the snake is there. Snake produces the sound hiss. This word refers to the sound in itself. ये खुद ही अपना sound, word खुद ही अपना sound बताता है. Sometimes you crack something. आपके पास dry वो होती है लकड़ी, आप उसको ब्रेक करते हैं into two. It has that sound, that cracking sound is there, crack. इसको बोला जाता है it cracked. So crack sound refers to the crack word refers to the sound. खुद ही बताता है कि sound क्या होना चाहिए. Splash, squeak. These are some words which twitch, twitter, chirrup, 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 like that. The word itself shows what is the sound. This thing is known as onomatopoeia. 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 I think like that. Onomatopoeia. So these are some of the poetic devices that has been used by Ted Hughes in this very poem. I hope you have understood the poem, and I request you that you watch this video 2 or 3 times, and then if you have any question regarding the poem, you can write in the comment section, and I'll try to answer your questions. Thank you. Have a nice time.